And he said if those people had been allowed to vote, not only would several red states now be blue states, Georgia at the top of that list, but we would have a Democratic president, a Democratic House, and a Democratic Senate.
Tom, so you talk about what's is happening in Texas. Boy, the cheating is all out in the open now, right? And this is why we keep saying Democrats have got to fight fire with fire. My governor, Gavin Newsom, just said, we're going to make all 52 districts. And to me, that's the way we got to fight now. I keep using what is the movie I keep thinking of? If they send one of ours to the
Untouchables
to the hospital, we got to send theirs to the morgue, politically speaking, right? Because that leads me to, we keep saying this all the time, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I know you have questions about 2024, and I think a lot of us do, based on a lot of things that have been said and have happened since then, and now they're just out in the open about trying to cheat every way they can. What do you think happened in 2024, and how did we allow it to happen if it did?
Well, Greg Palast did the math, and if you haven't had him on your program about this, I encourage it. Although I think you have. I mean, he did the math using the federal statistics, using actual government numbers, and found that roughly 4.2 million people were denied the right to vote. Either they were purged from the polls inappropriately and wrongly, or their vote was not counted because it was challenged. And they were given provisional ballots, or their mail-in ballot was challenged by Republican pollsters.
Yeah, like they just did in North Carolina, my sister's state. I mean, they're just sore losers. They just,
Well, exactly. And what Palast points out is that if those 4.2, and he knows where they are and who they are, he had over 300,000 of them in Georgia that they just ran the lists, and these people had not moved. I mean, he ran it against the Amazon list. And he said if those people had been allowed to vote, not only would several red states now be blue states, Georgia at the top of that list, but we would have a Democratic president, a Democratic House, and a Democratic Senate. What happened in 2024 was voter suppression, and the Democrats are so far behind. I mean, it was just last week on my program that Mark Pocan came out and said, Democrats should be purging Republicans in blue states, just to raise enough hell to turn it into a national issue so that we can all agree that we should all stop it.
Right.
Because right now only Republicans are doing it.
Right.
Democrats should be gerrymandering in these states. Now that's a more popular one than the purging one. I mean, I'm on the fringe with the purging one, but now you got J.B. Pritzker and your governor there, Newsom, talking about let's gerrymander the hell out of these states, and you've got to fight with fire with fire.
Agreed, Tom. And
roll over.
My last question, you right here, admitting betrayal or deception requires admitting they were wrong, which comes also with deep psychological costs. This accounts for the anguish and conflict we're seeing among the Trump base. I mean, at the end of the day, people just don't like to admit they were wrong, do they? Or that they were duped or tricked or lied to.
It's very true. And if you believe something to be true, you look for things to reinforce that belief, and you reject things that contradict it. And that aspect of human nature is one of the reasons why this media strategy that came out of the Powell Doctrine, the Powell Memo in 1971, that really swept America in the 1980s when Reagan ended the Fairness Doctrine, and then Clinton in '96 ended the limits on how many stations, radio, television, and newspapers could be owned by an individual or a corporation. And suddenly we have, 1,500 right-wing radio stations and 3 right-wing television networks. And their whole strategy was whoever indoctrinates them first probably indoctrinates them for life, particularly if you can get young people. And that's why they pour so much money into Charlie Kirk and operations like his.
And this is why it is critical that you support the Thom Hartmann program on all of these outlets that you hear. My show. There you go. And The Last American President is the newest book. Thom Hartmann is a must-read for those of you.
And a must-listen.
Yes, well, that's what I said. Yeah.
Thank you
We
so
love
much.
you, Tom. See you next time.
We love you, too.
All right. There he goes. The Thom Hartmann.
Yes.
The bottom line is if you snore now, you are at heightened risk of requiring a CPAP machine later. So now is the time to stop snoring. One of the smartest, fastest, easiest ways to stop snoring is Zypa. Zypa is the comfortable doctor-designed mouthpiece that can stop snoring as fast as the first night. Don't be fooled by imitators. Zypa was proven in a 600-patient clinical trial, and with over 500,000 units sold, Zypa is the stop snoring device that we trust. No more being nudged awake for snoring. No more sleeping in separate rooms. problems. No more feeling tired and foggy all day due to lack of sleep. Look, this may be your last best chance to solve your snoring problem now, or face having to wear that CPAP mask later. Zipa, that's Happy Z spelled backward. I want you to try it with my special discount. Get 20% off and free shipping if you visit zyppah.com. Use that promo code SNORE. Again, the promo code is SNORE at zyppah.com.